there is incoming communication coming from somebody that felt like maybe their presence provided some stability, some very grounded type of energy. You know, the Page of Cups can signify an apology, you know, a love letter, just reconnection in general. So there's something about this situation that potentially there was a no contact, especially because I'm seeing this come through where, you know, we might be wallowing in some sort of sadness. So perhaps this is like a separation here, and there's a possible reunion coming through. And with the Six of Pentacles coming through, with the Eight of Pentacles coming through, let's get more on this. If I feel like this person is now wanting to make things fair and wanting to come in and provide that stability. Okay, yeah, potential apology. We're holding on to the past here. So clearly I'm seeing you in this position where we're not letting go of this connection. We are still very connected to this person, whether it's physically or energetically. I'm really feeling like energetically there's physical distance here. And I feel like you've been working really hard almost to forget and move on, but you're not able to. Like, this is how we're feeling. We're feeling very stuck. We're not able to move forward. We're not able to let go of the past. This is another indicator that we're still holding on to the memories of this relationship and the nostalgia and everything that we created. I think that there was a lot of passion. There was a very intense dynamic that I'm getting from this, but sometimes intense can feel a little unhealthy here. The Devil coming through. So let's get more on this. So sometimes that period of separation coming through with the Judgment is important, meaning maybe there was a little bit of that intensity that was a little too intense and unhealthy, and we're now needing to hit that reset button. Perhaps the separation has allowed us to maybe work on ourselves and, you know, just see things in a new light. And really, I feel like this person really needed to step up and see, you know, where they were at fault here, maybe where they were I'm getting inconsistent energy. Like, you know, maybe the words and the actions weren't aligning. Maybe they were coming off really intense, and then after that, they weren't really taking action. Yeah, it's like there was a lot of illusion between, again, like I'm saying something to you, but then I'm not receiving the behavior that follows through. And so that's maybe where that toxic trait was for them that they needed to kind of heal. I'm seeing them really realize that things weren't fair here between the two of you, and they're really now going through this process of awakening. And there's a lot of forward movement where now they're wanting to bring in clarity to the situation. It's confirmation with the Seven of Cups and that with that Three of Wands energy here. So it's like I'm ready to take action. There's been a period of lack of clarity. I maybe left you in the dark. I wasn't really telling you the whole picture of things, and I'm ready to come and bring this stability. I'm ready to bring in the clarity. I'm ready to, oh wow, look at this, the inner child coming through. So it's like, for me in this type of reading, it's like, you know, I felt really unstable and safe, and maybe this is something that I felt through my relationships now, and it hasn't been sitting well. But the cards coming through with the Emperor and the King of Cups is that this person is doing like this. They're really wanting to show up and bring in that security and that stability to that. Even I'm seeing your inner child feel it like completely wrapped up in this like loving relationship. And of course, a lot of water energy. So water signs could be really significant here, coming with the King of Cups to confirm. And I feel like in the beginning, this person was really playing off as somebody that was extremely stable, but there's a lot of work that they needed to do on themselves because they did show up after that with this inconsistent energy. But now I feel like the emotions of it, especially with all of that water energy coming from the King of Cups, is like, I'm ready to now speak it into existence. I'm ready to share how I feel. I'm ready to share my story. I think there's something deeply connected to childhood for them. Take what resonates. Obviously, this is a very, 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 very niche reading. It's not for everybody. Don't make it fit. If you want to personalize this and see what's going to happen for you, you can book a reading. I have a few spots left. Actually, last minute openings for Thursday and Friday. They have been leaving you feeling really anxious. This is like this energy of like, things are not, there's no closing, there's no closure, there's no conclusion. I'm not able to move forward because I still don't know what happened. So I feel like this connection came to a really quick halt, and that we weren't able to get that closure. We didn't feel safe in moving forward because we were not really sure what the heck happened. Like, that's how it's really landing. And it did cause a lot of instability. Yeah. And right now, this person, wow. Okay. So they are honestly ready to come in and have that conversation with you, that's going to bring a lot of clarity. King of Swords confirming here, and Two of Cups. So this does feel like an actual connection that is meant to be. This wasn't just like a toxic, like karmic that you had to learn from. I'm getting this, the reunion here is really meant to be, and they're now ready to face and deal with all of the things that they've been withholding from you, and they're now ready to really bring in that conversation, bring in the information, bring in that security, and have that, just like laying out all their cards on the table as I'm doing right now. So this feels really beautiful. And the Two of Cups is definitely a divine, like soulmate energy here. We're not talking about a harsh, toxic, karmic lesson. So, although it did start off not feeling so fair, and we felt like, okay, this person has some stuff to work on. Perhaps their communication style was off. Like perhaps they felt like very guarded. I mean, we're talking about a soulmate connection here. We're now moving towards something that is not only, a soulmate connection, but it feels like this next chapter for the both of you is going to bring you to a new level of safety, a new level of love, a new level of commitment. This could be, for some of you, it could be a partner that you will build a family with, that you will build a life with. There was a lot of Pentacles energy in the beginning, but this needed realignment. This can come in as somebody that is needing to grow into the way that they show up in a relationship, the way that they share love, the way that they provide, right, that emotional security. And towards the end, they're literally showing up like this. So this is really good. And again, huge water energy here, whether it's just about somebody that is now really showing up with all of their emotions just being brought to light, and they're able to communicate. Or there is water signs, right? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy in their power of 3. This could be really relevant. What's peeking out 3? Yeah. You are ending the cycle. Like, I feel like you've been waiting. You've been carrying the weight of this for a while. And the 10 really confirms that this is the end. There's a new chapter that is ready for you guys. And if you're seeing this on or around the new moon is about new beginnings. It's about setting the tone. So yeah. Okay. So this, I don't know how quick this is going to happen. Again, these are only things that we can look into during a personalized reading. But if from this general reading, we're looking at something that now is going to move forward in a slower pace. We're looking to build a really steady foundation. Knight of Pentacles really indicates that there's forward movement, but it is very slow in the way that it is operating. It's something that is intentional, and we're now really approaching this with more curiosity. We're wanting to expand on how things were being done. Two of Wands energy. It's like I'm now looking beyond how things were, and I'm wanting to move forward with you. I'm wanting to put the past behind me, and I'm really wanting to build with you from like a fresh new start. And so remember that you also are very much responsible for choosing forgiveness, and coming from somebody that is, we'll talk about the psychology of forgiveness. It's not always about saying, well, what you did was okay, but it's about, again, releasing the actions of the past from our bodies and putting them out of ourselves so that we can really start fresh and not let those person's actions continue to hurt us even after they're done and gone. And so, yeah, there's something about this reunion that feels beyond divine. Like we're getting, look at this, 10 of Cups energy, 2 of Cups. There's a new chapter that needs to begin if you want the full package with this person. But I keep receiving that you also have your share of, letting go of the past and really focusing on the forward movement of this and not holding on to what was, and allowing them to show you through how they're going to take aligned action. It's about letting go, trusting, you no longer being in this energy of trying to do more or not trusting or, being in that control piece. It's about letting go, trusting the process, being more in that lens of I'm going to allow myself to receive, right? Divine feminine energy here, so that I can call in somebody that can show me and that can actually feel excited about building with me once again. So link in bio if you want to purchase a reading. And then of course you have to email me to book. And I will never go into your DMs to channel for free. So be mindful of the scammers.